Hello and welcome back. Today is Thursday the 17th of Feb and it is the full moon rising, I think, in Leo. So Leo is my star sign. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do some channeling and take a card from the Kuan oracle set. And yeah, just do some quantum healing. I've been suffering from a sciatic nerve on my right side, and when I started to look into understanding where this could be stemming from, the right side is your masculine side and your left side is your feminine. And there was lots of information about sometimes the sciatic is the pain comes from the misalignment with how you're stepping forward in life. And maybe taking on too much and being in that masculine energy, you feel like you've got to do everything. So learning to ask for help, learning to let go of the burden of feeling that you've got to do all for the family or for everyone around you. So I have had time to reflect, and I also think it's when I know that there's something coming up. There was the third mandate for another booster shot. That gets me nervous in the back of my mind. So I think my masculine energy gets a bit upset and annoyed with, having to go through this again and going against my free will, etc., etc. I haven't gone ahead with the booster. I have avoided it and sort of laying low. But, it's I think in my subconscious, it does show up in my body. It shows up as an emotional pain, and so it's something that I'm working through. I've got a really good chiropractor who's sort of maneuvering and helping to sort of click my back into place and bring the nerves back into where they need to be. And it's a journey, because that pain is reminding me where I need to still work on myself. And I think that there is also some sort of another upgrade, and this is probably like the body trying to catch up to your new frequency, because the body does keep us very in the 3D. It does involve us feeling senses and feelings and thoughts and pain. And even though I'm working very hard on my spiritual self, sometimes I feel like my body has to catch up to the acceleration, to the accelerated version of myself. And so it's that, it's I can feel it now, like the separation. And so it's trying to integrate the body to meet the new software that I'm running from, my new thought processes about life and where I'm going in this life journey. So what else did I want to share? I want to do the Kuan spray. So I was telling you last time I got these beautiful sprays from Amanda Ellis. She's based in the UK. She does her own videos, but it's all about channeling different energies, and she designs these sprays based on that ascended master or energy that's coming through. And so I love sort of using this Kuan. Oh, it's just so delicious. I just love it. It makes me just giddy. It's got some amazing essential oils. It's just, I don't know. Every time I spray that, I just feel very divine feminine and almost embraced by this motherly love, which is really, really beautiful to have. And then I thought we'd just maybe shuffle a card and see what happens. I think it's a question would be, where are we heading? What's going on in Victoria? How can I prepare myself and work on myself to keep myself level-headed? How can we work as a collective to stay level-headed in this environment, and get on with our lives and live in abundance and gratitude and appreciation for all that is, because this earth school, wow, we are accelerating. Anyone that's in that light worker or really just working on self-mastery, we are just excelling, and a lot of people are still in grade prep, and many of us are in grade 4 and 5 and grade 6, and it's hard. You really do, you're just waiting for people to catch up. But I've also realized not only are we waiting, we're here to support others in their journey, in their awakening, and hold space for them. Because it's scary. It's scary when it starts to happen, the death of the ego, the dark night of the soul. And, if you're doing it on your own, you think you're going cuckoo, like you think you're going crazy. But then you realize when someone else shares their experience and you're not alone, you realize, wow, I've got a mentor, I've got someone that I can look at and say, wow, they're on the other side. So yes, they had to go through that, portal of pain and a bit of suffering, but if you can come out the other side still appreciating life for all that it is, and still feel gratitude that you're here and you're alive, and you experience each day as it comes, then you're on the green grass. You're in a good place, and that's something to feel very grateful and blessed about. So I think Kuan Yin is just more or less, please help us to work out where we need to be in this time, as we continue to transition with new rules and new regulations. Restrictions are getting dropped. How shall we go about our day? Where do we fit in this, using our divine feminine energy to be the best version of ourselves? Ivory Swan Goddess, number 15. All right. The Ivory Swan Goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades, beloved. Release guilt, shame, and judgment or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty, be more of yourself, and shine your divine essence into the world. Do not cast your eyes away from the perception of your own divine inner light in all its purity and radiance, beloved soul. You may find it easier to believe in the illusion of sins and unworthiness than in the truth of your spiritual innocence. Yet just like the purity, beauty and grace of the Ivory Swan Goddess, your own soul is luminous, pure and eternally graceful. You are being asked to recognize the divine energy within you without holding yourself back from unconditional self-acceptance and regard. It is time to accept your divinity in greater measure, to be present to the pure light within, and try not to ignore it, downplay it, or worry that it's not enough. No matter what has happened in your life or what experience or choices you have made, your soul light is as pure as the divine source itself, because essentially that is what it is. There is no need for spiritual shame or feelings of inadequacy. The light within all of us is exactly the same. We are just different stages of realizing it. Kuan Yin, Ivory Swan Goddess, wishes to bestow divine grace upon you, beloved soul, to assist your spiritual growth at this important time of your path. For this to occur, you must be willing and able to receive it. As you choose to let shame simply be a feeling and let it go, as you choose not to empower judgment, condemnation, or criticism of the self by you or by any other, you are walking the path of remembering the essential soul purity of all beings. This is a peaceful and joyful path. You become capable of seeing the God and Goddess shining out of you in the most unlikely of people, situations, and experiences. You are opening to receive the grace that beloved Kuan Yin wishes to share with you now to help you live more joyfully in such a state of spiritual remembrance. Allow her to bless you with her grace as you remember the spiritual purity of your own being, free from taint, judgment, and flow. It's a nice little affirmation here. Beloved Kuan Yin, that you encountered betrayal, violation, abuse, and misunderstanding in your lifetime, yet you ascended as a soul of pure light and deep compassion, a being of grace, an Ivory Swan Goddess. I now ask you to witness this soul letter and help me open my heart to receive your grace. This is asking us to write a letter to your higher self, which is unconditionally loving. And then the last prayer is, Beloved Kuan Yin, Mother of Peace, Beauty and Compassion, the light is in you in the same light as the same light in me. Help me to be at peace with my eternal innocence and purity. Ivory Swan Goddess, please help me let go of old beliefs and experiences of shame, self-condemnation and judgment that no longer serve me. I now honour and accept wholly and completely that the light in you is the same divine light in me. And just before I do a channeling, I recently got this Merkaba, if you can see that. It's a beautiful quartz. I've been watching a lot of channels, especially like Eldora, Saman, Amanda Ellis, and they all talk about this Merkaba, and I feel like this is the next stage for me, like trying to imagine myself surrounded by this huge Merkaba, which is sort of like a protection shield. It's, two triangles, so one facing upward, one facing downwards, and it's almost like it's used as a astral traveling piece. It's used to help us ascend, either go down to the middle earth or to ascend to the higher realms. But this Merkaba, I don't know, I'm fascinated by it, and I've watched a few videos, and I feel like things don't just happen for a reason. When I bump into certain videos that I watch and I show an interest or a curiosity, I usually go and buy it or get something that reminds me of it. So I like this because I can just put it in my hands and I feel the points, and I sort of just imagine myself as I'm meditating, as I wake up every morning. There's one Merkaba meditation that I listen to, and it has sound effects, and so I can imagine myself sort of stepping into this orb of Merkaba essence and light around me, and I'm using that as my healing, using that as my travel wherever I want to go in the universe. So yeah, it's interesting, but I'm just fascinated by it, and I feel like it's the next step that I need to sort of participate in as I go along my ascension journey. Now I shall begin. I just want to do another spray because I love it so much. And then I shall do some channeling. I want to just focus on quantum healing, especially in my right leg, and see what comes through. Any light codes, any light language that can specifically help in sound healing and in that vibration. So we'll see what happens. Aku to tola mai e ko toia mai ai o to toia mai ai o toia maha to ha ma kata ha maha e ko to tola mai e ko to show mai ai kata ki ko ma a kata ha hi to oi ma ka to tola mai e ko to show mai e sho to tola mai kata ta ma ko to tola mai kata ai to tola mai kata I mo ne ta sha ta mai ka u sha ta ma kata ai sho to tola mai kata ai sho to tola ma a sho to tola Hai sho te tarama ai sa hai to hoi mai kata ai ko to ma hi ha sho to na mai kata ai te ka mai o to tai mai sho to ai o ha ma hi ka ham to hai o to ha hi ta hi mai ko to hi mai hi ta I ko to ta mai kata o sha ta mai ka to ya ta tai ko ma ta ka ai sho to ta ma ai kata o sha ta ma e ko to hoi ko to ma kata ai sho to ta ma ai sha ta e ko to ma ai ko to ho ma hai o to hoi mai ki ta ai sho to ai mo ya o sho to ta ma a sho to ta Oshata, okata amaki da hishata, amakata, oshana aikato, ekato shona aikata, haisoto, umaka umuta oyama, aito hoyamaka, aisoto, makata, aishoto, ekato ma aisho, aishoto, ma aikato, ama aiko, a mancheta, o ito, hishata, amakato, aika, ashata, oshata, oshata. Ikato shuto sushima ika shuto to imaka aika oma ikike. Wakoto oimaka shita au. Oshuto namaikata ashuto toma ikato shohima. Ahitita amikata ashuto to oista to ashoto ima ahita ahito ho. Okoto to ruma ikata shuta to amikata ha shoto toma ikata shoto. Oh shoto. Haishoto. Ishoto aimaka shoto hayo hai mai teo shoto homaha. Ekoto hai ma he to hai hita hayo. Iko hahi ma hahi tai ma ika hama hayo to I. Ashoto ma hoi 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 to hi ma sheta osha hai shoto ko mai ko shoto ma kata oshoto to me kita hayo to ma ka. Ashoto ma hi ashoto iko shoto I. Ashoto mai o ikata a ikata sha o. Ikata o mai sata amaka hai mo to hoi ma ahi ka hoi ma ai o toho. Ikata o makara ka to ishita ma ahi ta amaka to mai sha. Akata to richa to rutta amaka ta ai to richa shata ma ai. Shata to rutta mai to shata ma ai kita ai ko to ma kita ai. Ai kita ha ai shata ta ma. Ai shata ta ma kita shata ma kita ka o kita shata to kita ma. Eko to ma ai ko to sho. Hishata ayo to hai ma hai shata khama khata hai to hai shata to kita. Hai shata ta hushata ta maka. Shata ta ai to ika ika oshata ma ikata shata to re mikata ai shata ka ai to mai ga. Oshatataya, Oshatataya, Oshatata, Aishatatama, Eka, Ayutata, Kita Shutatara, Bikata, Shataramaka, Oshataramaka, Shatamakita, Oishataramaka, Karshama, Katatoramaka. Eko shutaramaka, Aishatarama, Aishatato, Oyo, Shutaramaka, Shataramaka. Ashutaramaka, Shutatarama, Aikoto, Hayatoto, Eshotaramika, Ashuta. Ashutaramaka, Shotorama, Aikata, Hayato. Ashutatora, Shutatatata, Shutataramaka, Shataramaka, Shataramaka, Toramayata. Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. Thank you, Kuan. Thank you for your divine healing and divine connection on a cellular level. In my presence, I commanded that I come back to the fifth dimension you're showing me. May I feel love. May I feel abundance and safe in the love of God. Namaste. So that was really good. That felt really good to just move some of the energy, to shift some of the energy. And I will continue to do my stretches and continue to do healing and Reiki and everything else that I do to support the repair and healing of this leg of mine, and obviously the nerve endings, and helping them to get back into place. Thank you all. That's all I wanted to share with you. Enjoy the rest of February. We are just moving and evolving rapidly. So good luck with your ascension. And I watched another person today, Feel Good, who said, we've got to rest in February. So it's all about resting. So I'm going to take his advice and rest more, do less. Take care. Namaste.